So what happens to your capital warship after the war is won and your crew's gone home? Well, you could dry dock it, occasionally firing up the engines and keep them from seizing up, or you can do what any self-respecting freelancer would do and run it as a cargo ship with a skeleton crew. The Polaris holds 576 SKU of cargo. That's the same as a Caterpillar, but better. And here's why. The Caterpillar can only be loaded from one side, and it requires multiple different box sizes that requires math and measuring tapes, and nobody has time for that. That means it's going to take longer to load and you're going to spend more money at an autoloader. Versus the Polaris that holds 24 SKU boxes, that's it. When me and my buddy loaded it for the first time, we did it in under 15 minutes. And the best part, there's not really a wrong way to load it. You can use max lifts, you can use an Atlas, you can use an Argo tractor, and it even has a tractor beam on board. That's far more useful than the one that comes on the Caterpillar. I'm not one for wanting to load ships by hand, but flying the Argo tractor using it as a space forklift was the most fun I've ever had loading anything. And after it's fully loaded on the cargo grid, you still have room to park all your heavy equipment. And now your cargo is protected by capital level shields and hull, strong enough to withstand almost anything. Not to mention you still got 6 PDCs to auto-target any torpedoes or missiles. So, is there a downside to running a capital warship as a cargo ship? Right now, not really. Even after engineering comes online, it's still going to be a solid ship for cargo. However, you're going to want at least a crew of 3 at minimum. A pilot, an engineer, and a floater. Someone to pick up the slack for piloting, gunning, or engineering duties. Most pirates are not even going to consider pirating you, and if they do, congratulations, you now have emergent gameplay with fellow space nerds. The only real downside is trying to land it near planetary or moon cargo lifts. But with the Atlas and Argo tractors on board, that's not a huge issue. It gives you options. After flying both the Caterpillar and the Polaris back to back, using auto-loading and manual loading, I definitely prefer the Polaris. It was just faster to load. Now what if you have both? You got a Caterpillar and a Polaris in your fleet. And am I saying you should melt your Caterpillar? No, but that's up to you. Personally, I wouldn't. I still like the Caterpillar, and I think it serves a purpose, which is EVA piracy. The Caterpillar is just better suited for EVA looting. With its smaller doors, better spatial awareness for the pilot, it makes it ideal for that. With a crew of 3, they can quickly go from turrets to cargo hold to EVA. It's much faster to get in and out of the Caterpillar than it is the Polaris. So there is still a use for it. When you're coming up on derelicts or you just pirated something, the Caterpillar is going to be much preferred over the Polaris because you're going to be able to get in and out much faster, and the last thing that you want is for their backup to arrive and you're caught with your capital ship's doors down. Alright everybody, appreciate you watching. If you want to help support the channel, check out the links in the description. Y'all have a good one.